It was the biggest fashion event of the year, a dazzling runway show filled with the industry's top models, designers, and influencers. The spotlight was on the latest couture collection, and the atmosphere was electric. Sandra Bullock, who had been invited as a special guest, sat in the front row, her eyes scanning the magnificent creations being paraded down the runway. She was no stranger to the world of glamour, but tonight she was just another attendee, excited to witness the spectacle. What she didn't expect, however, was the cruel treatment she would face behind the scenes. As she waited for the show to begin, Sandra overheard a group of models gossiping near the backstage area. The conversation turned to her, and the words being spoken were anything but kind. "Why is she even here?" one model sneered. "She doesn't belong in this world. She's way past her prime." Another laughed, "She's just trying to stay relevant." Sandra's face flushed, but she kept her composure. She was used to criticism, but hearing it from the people she had once admired stung more than she expected. Little did she know, someone in the audience was watching all of this unfold, someone who was about to change everything. Asterisk, where are you watching this story unfold? Let us know in the comments below, asterisk. As the show began, Sandra tried to put the harsh words behind her, focusing instead on the beautiful designs walking down the runway. But it wasn't easy to shake off the bitterness she had just overheard. The show was in full swing when one of the models, sensing an opportunity for more attention, decided to take things a step further. As she strutted by Sandra's seat, the model gave her a smug, exaggerated glance. "I don't know why they keep inviting washed-up actresses to these events," the model muttered just loud enough for Sandra to hear. The words were sharp, cutting through the glamour of the event like a knife. Sandra's heart sank. She wasn't a stranger to the occasional rude comment, but the open disrespect from someone she once looked up to stung. What she didn't know was that Clint Eastwood, who had been quietly observing the runway show from a nearby seat, had overheard every word. Clint was no stranger to injustice, and he knew that what Sandra was facing wasn't just rude, it was an outright attack on her character. Asterisk, how would you feel if you were in Sandra's shoes? Share your thoughts in the comments below, asterisk. Clint's reaction was immediate. He had seen enough. He stood up from his seat, his towering figure commanding attention, and made his way toward the backstage area, where the models were getting ready for the next round of walks. The models, who were busy preening and admiring themselves in the mirror, didn't notice Clint approaching. He took a deep breath before stepping into the room. The moment he did, the atmosphere shifted. Everyone fell silent. Sandra, still seated in the front row, watched in surprise as Clint entered the backstage area with determination. Clint was known for being a man of action, but what he did next left everyone in the room speechless. He walked right up to the group of models, who were still oblivious to his presence. "I couldn't help but overhear your little conversation," Clint said, his voice calm but firm. "And I have to say, I'm disappointed. Not just by the disrespect you showed Sandra, but by the lack of class you're displaying here." The models froze, realizing they were in the presence of a Hollywood legend, and more importantly, someone who didn't tolerate disrespect. Asterisk, what do you think Clint's next move will be? Let us know in the comments below, asterisk. Clint didn't wait for the models to apologize. He didn't need to hear their excuses or their deflections. "I've been in this business long enough to know that talent doesn't have an expiration date," he continued, his voice cutting through the tension in the room. "Sandra has earned her place in this industry, and it's not for you to judge her." One of the models, clearly shaken, tried to defend herself. "We didn't mean," Clint interrupted her, his gaze unwavering. "It doesn't matter what you meant. What matters is how you make people feel. And right now, you're making a very bad impression." He turned to the others, who were now avoiding eye contact. "You think you're better than her? That you have some sort of entitlement because of your youth or your looks? Let me remind you, there are a lot of people in this industry who will remember how you treated Sandra today." Clint didn't stop there. He called over the event organizers and informed them about the behavior of the models. This kind of behavior has no place in this industry. If they can't treat others with respect, they shouldn't be walking in a show like this. Do you think Clint was right to step in? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As the evening unfolded, the models who had disrespected Sandra were pulled from the runway. The organizers, now aware of the situation, had no choice but to take swift action. Meanwhile, Sandra, though initially stunned by Clint's intervention, couldn't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude. She knew that Clint wasn't just protecting her reputation, he was standing up for what was right. Later that night, as Sandra was preparing to leave the event, Clint found her near the exit. "You okay?" he asked, his tone soft. Sandra smiled, the weight of the evening lifting off her shoulders. "I'm good now. Thanks to you." Clint grinned. Sometimes people forget that the heart of this industry isn't about who's the youngest or who has the most followers. It's about the people who've been there, who've worked hard, and who treat others with dignity. Sandra nodded, knowing Clint had just taught her a valuable lesson. As they left the event together, the models who had humiliated Sandra were left with nothing but regret, while Sandra had the support of a true Hollywood icon. If you believe in standing up for what's right, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more incredible stories like this one. Let me know if you need more stories.